everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Dot and welcome. Glad you're here. I know it's been a while, but I am going to try and be more consistent in posting my videos and my content. So having said that, let's jump right into why we are here. So today I am going to give you 5 overlooked tax deductions, business tax deductions that is, that people sometimes overlook on their tax returns. Now, if you've previously looked at my videos, you will see that, or you've seen that I am a full service tax expert with TurboTax. I've been in the tax industry for 17 years. I am also studying for the enrolled agent exam with the IRS, so I'm studying that. I also believe in research. I do a lot of research with regarding tax laws and taxes because I want to give my clients the best information that I can and the most factual information. So the tips that I'm giving you today, of course, I researched them, and it's basically tips that we go over with our clients just about every tax season. But some of those deductions, like I said, people overlook. And I do want to point out that I am reading a book that I got some of the information from. And this book is by Sandy Botkin. It is Lower Your Taxes. And she is a CPA. She used to be an IRS tax attorney, and she is currently a tax law specialist. I'm sorry, senior tax law specialist. So she gave me, or rather in this book, she gave me some gems that were really phenomenal, really good information. She worked with the IRS as a tax attorney. So she has the legal know or within the know of tax laws and how to utilize tax deductions on your tax returns that can benefit you and cut down your tax liability, or as a matter of fact, get it down to zero. So the book is amazing. If it's still out there, I'll link it in the description box. The information that I'm going to tell you, I'm going to also link the IRS website as well, where you can find that information for yourself. Because I believe that, and I do this with my clients, if I am going to give them information, they come to me for tax information, tax knowledge, I'm always going to cite my source and send them the link to where I got that information and regarding the tax information from. So I always like to link the source. Okay, so like I stated, I'm going to give you 5 tax deductions that people overlook, and get a pen and paper, or you can just come back and visit this video. Okay, so one of the things that people overlook are business meals. If you are traveling on business and you are self-employed, let me emphasize this. These tax deductions are for people who are self-employed and have their own business only. Okay, so if you're traveling on business, your meals are going to be deducted at 50%. And that's business meals, okay? If you are going to a conference, if you're doing any type of business travel with regards to your company, then those meals are 50% deducted, right? If you are a business owner, of course, and you are buying snacks for your office, if you are buying food for your office, those the food that you purchase is 50% tax deductible as well. Now, if you provide in your business office for your employees a company party, and it's at the company facility, then that is 100% tax deductible. Okay, so business meals are going to be 50% tax deductible, and business parties are going to be 100% tax deductible. I do want to point out that the business meals should be something that's reasonable, not filet mignon, not lobster, meals that are reasonable, okay? So nothing really extravagant, because if you get audited and you try and defend yourself to the tax auditor from the IRS, they may very likely decline that deduction, that meals or those meals, if they're extravagant and over the top, right? Now, on your receipts for your business meals, on your receipts, you want to write down the date, but the receipt should already have the date. You want to write down what was discussed, just a little snippet of what was discussed. You also want to put down the names of the people who were in attendance at that business meal or dinner or lunch. And you also want to put their title, okay? That's very important. You want to document those bits of information on the receipt. Now, I tell my clients the best thing for them to do is to get a tax journal. And in that tax journal, you can write down the details for your receipts, and you'll have that information handy all in one place in a tax journal. It just makes it a lot easier for you, okay? Now, the business meal. The business meal, if you bring friends, you can't deduct your friends' meals. If you bring family, you can't deduct your family's meal. And if you bring your spouse, you cannot deduct your spouse's meal unless your spouse or any one of those groups I mentioned, family or friends, work for you. Then if they work for you, of course, and if they work in your business or work for you in your business, of course, then their meal is tax deductible as well, at a 50% rate. But I do want to point out, if they're there just for moral support, or they're there just because, they just want to hang out with you, you can't deduct their meals. All right. So, and it's also important that the business meal is a planned business meal. It's something that was discussed prior to, and it's a planned business meal that you guys, or that you're having with a potential person you want to do business with, or a person that you want to offer your services to. All right. Now, the second thing that people overlook, and people overlook this, and I almost overlooked it. Credit card processing fees. I have a client that's a doctor. She's a psychologist, and she bills her clients, and monthly, weekly, anytime her clients come in, of course, she bills them, right? So credit card processing fees, and they may seem minute, but they add up. They really add up. I'm not sure what the percentage is. I believe credit card processing fees are maybe 1 or 2%, but they add up. So if you are in an industry where you have a lot of clients, you see a lot of clients, or you just service a lot of, you have a lot of transactions rather, those credit card processing fees are tax deductible. And like I stated, they add up. So you want to take that deduction, all right? Credit card processing fees. Rent. People, people, of course, use their mortgage interest and their property taxes as a tax deduction. If they own a business, get it. Of course you can, and you should. And that's not really overlooked. But if you have a home office and you are renting an apartment or whatever you're renting, that is tax deductible. So is any taxes that you pay, any property taxes that you pay as well. But if you're renting, you really don't have property tax. But anyway, so your mortgage is a tax deduction. So is your rent. Okay. And let me tell you how to calculate that or how it's done. Say, for example, you live in an apartment or a house. Well, I'm going to go with the apartment first. If you live in an apartment and your square footage of your apartment is 1,200 square feet, and your home office that's separated is 300 square feet. So 300 square feet is approximately 25% of the 1,200 square footage of your apartment. So that's 25%. So 25% of your rent that you pay a month and 25% of your mortgage is tax deductible. So let's say, for example, your rent is $2,000 a month. 25% of that is $500 times 12. That's $6,000 a year as a tax deduction for you on your tax return, because it's 25% of the square footage of your home. But that 25% of your square footage of your home is where your business is and where you conduct business if you have a home office that's separated from the rest of your home. Okay, so 25% of your utilities. If your utility bill is $500 a month, 25% of that per month, if you have a home office, is a tax deduction, right? So it's very important that you get that tax deduction. So if you're renting, you're leaving money on the table. If you have a mortgage, same thing. If you're paying a mortgage, 25% of the example that I just gave you, if your apartment is 300 square feet and your total square footage is 1,200, 25% of your mortgage and your bills and utilities for that home is tax deductible. All right. So don't leave money on the table. Rent, utilities, the percentage that you utilize for your home office is tax deductible. Now, let's look at Wi-Fi. If you're working from home and if you have a home office, more than likely you have Wi-Fi. Here's a tip. Put that Wi-Fi in your business name. It's tax deduction, of course. Put it in your business name. If you have a home office phone, put that home office phone in your business name. It just gives it a better look. It makes it more credible as well if you were to ever get audited. Put it in your business name. Anything that you can put in your business name as it relates to your business, you want to put it in your business name. Okay? So that was the fourth one. That was the fourth tip I gave you. The first one was meals. The second one was rent. The third one was credit card processing fees. The fourth one was Wi-Fi. And the fifth one is going to be consulting fees. If you hire a consultant and get professional consultation, that is a tax deduction for you. For example, an attorney, if you get, if you need any type of consultation from an attorney in relation to your business, that's a tax deduction. If you have a CPA or if you have anyone that you are consulting and you have to pay for their services as it relates to your business. If it's for your business, then that's a tax deduction. Tax preparation fees. With my clients, the tax preparation fees that I charge my clients, that's tax deductible to them. So, and here's the thing. If you are just thinking about these things that I'm going over right now during tax season in January, or some people wait until April to do their tax return, and you're just thinking about these things and other things also as tax deductions for your business throughout the year, if you're just thinking about it during tax season, that's already too late. You should be throughout the year having a tax strategy and documenting your deductions, saving, of course, your receipts, because meals, I'm going to go back to meals for a moment. Meals that I mentioned that are tax deductible, you need to keep the receipts if they're over $75. You must keep the receipts if your business meals are over $75. If it's under $75, you don't need to keep the business receipts, the business meal receipts, that is. I recommend that you do, but it's not required. But you should always put the information in your tax journal. The date, of course, who you had the business meal with, their title, what was discussed. You want to put that in your tax journal, no matter what the price was, okay? No matter what the cost was, actually. So, as I was stating, if you wait to tax season to talk to your CPA or your tax preparer or your tax strategist, you're already losing out. You should be talking to your tax strategist or your tax preparer or your CPA throughout the year to make sure you're getting all the deductions that you qualify for. Last night at 12 midnight, one of my clients texted me, and I immediately, I looked at the text, and she had some information she wanted to ask me about in relation to her tax return, and she's self-employed and has her own business. And of course, I responded and gave her the information and sent the link to her, the IRS link, where she could find the information that she needed to find. So it's important that if you are, if you have a tax preparer, CPA, a tax strategist, you are able to talk to them throughout the year and make sure you are tax healthy. It's very important that you are tax healthy. Don't wait to the end of the year, or not the end of the year. Well, don't wait to the end of the year, or don't wait until April and you realize, hey, I need to get this receipt, I need to do that, because it's just stress. It's added. Tax is already stressful. It's already stressful. Let's get that out the way. Tax is already stressful. But if you wait till the very end of tax season and you're trying to get everything that you need to get together at the end, it's even more stressful. Okay? So, my hunties, and I like to focus on tax strategy. It's very important to me that I help my clients throughout the year, moving more towards being a tax strategist as opposed to being just a tax preparer. Okay, so I'm going to link the book if it's still available. I'm going to link the IRS website below that gives the information that I've gone over with regards to deductions, business deductions. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and evening, and see you on the next video.